Hi, my name is Jayme and I'm getting baptized today.
What fortune lies beyond the stars?
Well, growing up, I grew up in a church, went to church school, went to religion classes, and had all of that, and just didn't ever feel a relationship with God. I never connected to it. And by the time I was old enough to not go to church anymore, I just didn't really think I believed in it at all. And then kind of went out and did my thing in my 20s and did what I wanted whenever and never worried about it. And then as I got a little older and settled down and got married, my husband and I always knew we kind of wanted to figure something else out, but we also felt like, like I'm a good person, I'm nice, I help kids in my job, I'm doing the right things. I don't really need to complicate it at all with going to church or Jesus or any of that stuff. So I just kind of kept living that way, and it was good enough, I thought. And we had people in our lives the whole time who really did have a relationship with God and did go to church and really got a lot out of it. And we always thought that was cool for them, but maybe not for us, or maybe not for us right now. And then Jim and Connie Miles, who go to Mosaic, invited us to come with them one day, and so we came, and I was optimistic but also really guarded. I just didn't know what I was going to find there. I was kind of worried, like, all these Christian people, are they going to judge me? Are they going to push their beliefs on me or force me to commit to something I'm not ready to? I was really guarded, but we didn't find that at all. We found just people really glad we were there and wanting to share their experience and really open, and just a lot of acceptance, which was great. So we started coming kind of sporadically, just sort of testing the water, seeing this was something that we wanted. And then over Christmas break last year, I started reading the Bible for myself for the first time ever, and just really getting into it and kind of feeling, as I was reading slowly over a couple of weeks, this sort of new sense of calm and peace and kind of protection and guidance that I had never felt before ever. And it was great, and I didn't really know what it was. I think for a lot of people, this "I'm saved" is like a very dramatic moment, and for me it was just kind of crept up. I was reading one night and I was kind of thinking about this feeling, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, it's God. He's there, and I have it, and it's the Holy Spirit, and it was awesome. So, and it was something I wanted to keep doing, so started coming to church regularly, and it's been great. Why I want to be baptized? I think when I started coming to church regularly, I was, I would see people get baptized, and I'd be like, oh, good for them. That's not something I'm ever going to do, but good for them. I'm not that kind of be on the screen in front of everybody kind of person, but then so I would kind of see it, and I would sort of just be thinking about it, and I'd hear people at church talk about their baptism or their thoughts on baptism, and I would kind of get this little push sort of in the back of my mind, like, you should do that, and I just kind of no, not for me. I have Jesus, I go to M28, I read the Bible, I'm getting involved, that's good enough. And then this sort of intermittent, you should do this, started to become a little bit more frequent. And then a couple weeks ago, I went to the women's conference that some of the women from Mosaic went to. And it was wonderful, and just the example of all the women there, especially the women from Mosaic, who were just so inspirational. And all the messages there, nobody ever said anything about baptism, but they all kind of pushed my heart a little bit more toward that. So I came back that Saturday night, went to church the next day, and I had to tell Matt and Eddie right away, I want to be baptized, because if I didn't, I would totally wuss out. And I needed to take advantage of that courage. So that was a couple weeks ago, and I'm here today, and I'm ready, and I'm going to do it, and for myself, of course, but also for God and for my relationship with God, because that little push, it didn't come from nowhere, it came from Him. And so here I am, and I'm ready.
Spirit soaring, I touch the sky. When my knees hit the ground,